Good morning, y'all. It's Arwen, the professional joy seeker, and
Kay.
she's my best friend. We've been friends since
1900,
about 40-something years. She's older than me.
Wrong.
She's not as smart as me.
Probably right.
That's not right. But a couple of y'all, hi, Steven, said that they wanted to see Kay on camera. So
I'm giving you my best side. I don't have a best side.
Maybe I should do a reading for Kay. What do y'all think? Y'all aren't there, so it doesn't matter. I don't have this live. What do you think, Kay?
Sure.
Let's draw a card. And I want y'all to know that she does not have my deck. I'm a bad friend. Because I should have given her this deck.
No, I probably should have
like signed and shit.
No, that would have been nice.
Maybe I'll give her this one.
No. No, you read with that one.
That's why I should give it to you.
Okay.
Okay. We're just going to ask about, what do you want to ask about?
Let's just do a general reading. Because there's so much going on.
There is. And see, I know a lot of what's going on, so, okay.
What do I need to focus on
right
in the next week?
In the next week, even better. See, Kay knows. Kay knows you got to drill and focus those questions down. So, and we are going to do, I'm going to do taroscopes, but not in this video. We're going to do Kay and me in this video. So, give me a number between 1 and 10.
8.
2, 3. And if I was doing a reading for you, this is what I actually do. So 7. Listen, paying attention, dialogue, communication. So, and that's
one of my faults, is not listening closely enough.
Well, I think it means listen to the undercurrent and listen to the little birds that come, because that's a blackbird bringing her message, right? And oftentimes that's gossip. It's he said, she said, nah, nah, nah. But I think in this case, if you listen to all the he said, she said, and even write it down. Look, Kay has a very cool little book here.
Just going to show off all my junk.
Isn't that wonderful? And I'm not going to read it, but it's a little, I can read it.
It's empty. Yeah.
It's empty.
It's brand new. It's one I bought just because I liked what it said on the outside.
It's got little squares. I don't know if you can see them. And look, she's got a great vision board.
This was a writing vision board that we did as part of a writing group that I belong to in Fort Worth.
And she's now a member of
San Antonio Romance Authors, also known as Sarah.
And they have a pretty big contest, don't they? Don't they do?
They do a synopsis contest, which is going on right now. So anybody who's a writer, if you have a synopsis that you want professional authors to read and give you feedback on, go find their contest. They have meetings the 3rd Saturday of every month in San Antonio.
Who does the Daphne? Is that in Houston?
I thought that was in, I don't know.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of writing contests, though, y'all, and you don't have to be a member.
So not only blackbirds, but I'm seeing, like, is that a moth up in the top? And there's a bee on a flower down there?
Yeah. She, part of her motif is she will hide
insects.
Yeah.
I see a butterfly. That's very cool.
Yeah. So, and dialogue. Dialogue is important, right? We need to dialogue with ourselves. And I don't think you listen to the most important person in the world, the person you see in the mirror.
Yourself.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at her. Nailed it. So the next card, that's kind of her theme for the week, right? So listen. So we're going to do blessing and challenge. So this is just like I do my regular, if I'm just doing a little, like if I was at a festival, this is kind of the reading I would do. So if you're in Austin, when you come see me in April at Nature's Treasures, this will be either I'll be doing these 3-card readings or 1-card readings. We'll see. But they're going to be short readings so I can get a lot of people in. So this is the blessing card. Awakening, attraction, beginning, newness, and communing. Communing and communicating. Yeah, so this is that one.
So there's going to be lots of listening and lots of feedback.
Yeah, and I think the awakening is the blessing.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, her work is just freaking gorgeous. ATA just announced their contest winners or their readers readers awards. So ATA members went in and voted. This deck came in third. Lynn's deck, Botanical Inspirations, which I didn't bring. I meant to. Came in first. It's freaking gorgeous. I actually voted for it instead of my deck. So, and the Cartomancer came in third under publications. So that was really exciting.
It's really pretty.
So Awakening and Living. And here's the challenge card. Now I'm laughing because it's a bear. The challenge is rewards, abundance, bounty, and sharing. And I think that means that Kay is not going to get, it's going to be challenged by the fact that the rewards for her hard work aren't coming in fast enough.
There have been a lot of challenges in my new job. A lot.
But the sharing aspect comes up. And that's kind of weird because Kay's pretty a good sharer. I mean, she's shared her apartment with me. I've been here a couple of days now. So I'm in San Antonio in case I didn't mention that. But what do you think from that in terms of challenges?
What's really funny is what I'm focusing on is the bounty. And I don't know why. But it's that, maybe it's the fact that the red, I don't know.
No, that works.
Yeah.
So bounty as in bounty hunter or bounty as in
goodness.
Goodness, okay.
Yeah. Bounty as in, yeah.
We also write, so we have a bounty hunter. So no, we haven't written a story yet. But so that's what I would say, the theme is to listen. The blessing from listening is awakening, and the challenge is the bounty or the rewards. So she may hear about somebody who is absconding with some of the rewards, and not sharing like they should. Sharing is caring.
And figuring out how to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I have to tell y'all that when her daughter was, how old was she when we went to Reno?
Oh, 13, 14?
We went to Reno for a writers conference, and her daughter came with us, and she said she wanted to read cards. So I handed her a deck, and she proceeded to nail her mother to the wall with this reading. It was pretty, and it was stuff the daughter couldn't have known, right? So
she's very intuitive. She still is.
Yeah,
she still is.
I can't let her daughter come over and look at my cards because I just said, okay, have that one, have that one, have that one.
She'll let Amanda have anything, any deck.
She's my niece, so yeah, she can have whatever she wants. Amanda, if you're listening to this, I don't mean that. So, how long have we known each other?
More than 40 years.
Right. What was your impression of me when we very first met?
You ate my candy.
Before that, I mean, you must have thought, wow, she's kind of cool. I'll share my candy with her.
Well, you were very welcoming. You were very open. You were laughing when we met. You were laughing at something that somebody had said. I don't remember what it was, and you snorted when you laughed, and I do that too. So it was one of those, okay, we can be friends because we can snort at each other. It's good. But yeah, it was because we were in that canoeing class, and then she dumped me in the lake, and then she ate my candy, and we've been friends.
She dumped me in the lake. Let me just clarify that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she asked me if I wanted a bite of her Milky Way or her Musketeer bar.
Yeah.
And
it was a king size, one of the great big ones.
And so she held it so they're like this much up. I bit down to her hand.
Yeah, she ate about half my candy bar. And then she was laughing, and I thought she was going to choke. And I was laughing, and I was also shocked. And then we found out that we were only living 3 streets apart, and that we were going to be going to the same high school.
Yeah, so it was all over from there.
Yeah. I got my driver's license first. We both had Volkswagens. When I would go visit her, it looked like a used Volkswagen lot because her sister also had a Volkswagen.
And my sister's best friend.
And her sister's best friend had a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And they were dark blue, light blue, orange, and yellow.
Yeah. And my mother finally asked us to please not all visit at the same time.
Not all park in the driveway. Park down the street.
What else? What was our best adventure?
I would say one of, because there have been many in the 40 odd years, was the first year that we went to Pennsylvania to work in the Girl Scout camp.
Oh, yeah.
We decided, Arwen found this opportunity to work as counselors in a Girl Scout camp, Camp Echo Trail in York, Pennsylvania. And the two of us got on a bus. We were just 18. Just turned 18.
Oh, yeah, the Atlanta bus terminal.
And we got on a bus, and this was probably a time in the South when it was not the best idea for two young white girls who had never been anywhere before, had never left home, essentially, to be traveling alone.
It was like 1980.
Yeah, 1980. And we wound up in the downtown Atlanta, Georgia bus terminal at 3 a.m. in the morning with all of our luggage around us. And we had to wait until 6.
Yeah, it was a long time.
To catch the bus that would take us to Washington, and then another bus that would take us to Pennsylvania. And I think we spent 3 hours locked in the bathroom.
Yeah, we saw somebody with a knife.
Yeah. Saw a drug deal going down, saw somebody with a knife, and we decided probably not the smartest place for us to be.
No, not our thing, y'all, not our thing.
So we dragged all of our luggage into the bathroom and spent some time there. We were playing cards and reading and singing, and then we got on the bus and got to Washington, D.C. and got off the bus, and then our luggage stayed on the bus.
And went to Vermont.
Yep. And the camp counselor, or the camp director's husband, had to go back the next day and pick up all of our luggage.
Rick.
We each had a backpack.
No, Rick was the son.
Rick was the son.
What was Rita's husband's name?
Can't remember. John? No, I can't remember.
What was Rita's last name?
Hubner?
I thought it was Luss or something.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
it's been too long.
But they were, I think they were delighted to have counselors from other places.
Yeah.
There was a language barrier, y'all, because they would say things like, "Is the milk all?"
And well, they were Pennsylvania Dutch, so a lot of the counselors and a lot of the people at the camp were. And yeah, there was, when we'd say y'all, they'd kind of look around. And and then we also had foreign staff. From different countries.
Maria.
That was a lot of fun.
We called her Mouse. She was from Spain, and she would laugh to the point that we'd say, "Breathe, breathe," because she could be.
Yep, and Doris from Hong Kong.
Oh, Doris Kwok.
Doris Kwok from Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. She taught me a little bit of Cantonese, but she said that I kept saying the word. There's a word that can mean umbrella, grandmother, or wood, depending on how you say it. And I kept calling my grandmother an umbrella.
That'll work.
And we had the French girls.
Yeah,
one year.
Lena from Sweden. Do you remember Lena?
Oh, I do. And who was that?
She would always say her name like that. My name is Lena.
And then we had a French counselor who came and gave a talk.
Was that Marisol? Was that her name?
I think so.
Something like that. Anyway.
But we didn't like her very much because she's kind of standoffish. But she gave a talk when we had the dads and daughters weekends, when the dads came camping with their daughters. And she did the slideshows about the sunny beaches of France.
Yes, she was from southern France.
And every time she talked about the sunny beaches.
Yeah.
Beaches, y'all. Beaches. And we were all in the doorway going, so.
Yeah, that was a lot of, we did that for 3 summers in a row.
Only 3?
Mm-hmm.
Did I go one summer without you? Because we went the summer we went 79, because that was the year
that was the
and I had to leave early for the cruise.
That was the bus. And then we did my car, my Volkswagen.
Buffalo.
2 people packing 9 weeks worth of gear in a Volkswagen Bug and driving from Monroe, Louisiana to York, Pennsylvania. That was an adventure. And then the 3rd year we took my mom's Nissan station wagon.
Did we? I don't remember.
That was the year we went to the World's Fair.
Oh, right. We went to Knoxville to the World's Fair, and we discovered that the motto was, "You can't get there from here."
Yes. Yeah. You can't get there from here.
It was, you would be on a bridge and you'd see something really cool and go, "Can't get there from here." Okay. What else have we done? I mean, we went swimming with the whales.
Unintentionally.
She has to ruin a good story. No, I was in the front of a kayak. We went ocean kayaking.
You were in the back. I was in the front.
You're right. I was in the back. And I see a whale. And I see a whale that's like, no, not as close as this wall, but really damn close. And I said, oh, look, a whale. And Kay said something innocuous like, Arwen, you're rocking the boat. Arwen, don't tump us over. I don't remember. I was in the water then. And then we're in the water. And this very young, very cute, and I mean, we're in our 50s. This was just a few years ago, is trying to get me back in the kayak. Now, the sweet young man says to me at one point, use your upper body strength. And my response was, honey, I'm 50 and fat. I don't have upper body strength. And he's trying not to laugh because he thinks it's inappropriate. He hasn't met me. And then he says, can I pull you up by your board shorts? Well, at this point, the freaking yoga pants I've inappropriately worn have fallen off. And I've just grabbed them. I said, nope. And his eyes got like this big. I said, honey, I've got a bathing suit on. It's okay.
It's okay.
And then the more experienced person came up. This really was his very first trip.
His first trip.
And he wasn't an inexperienced kayak.
No, we probably scarred him for life in taking people out on kayak.
Our group they said we had more people in the water and saw more wildlife than any trip. I'm not sure which they were more excited about.
Okay, but let's be honest. We only tumped our kayak one time. Just once. And then we were fine. There were 2 men in our group that must have been in the water 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
7 times.
And they argued.
All the time.
They weren't good. The place we met was at a canoe. We both went because we thought it was a canoeing instructor course. And it turned out that they didn't have enough people sign up for the instructor course. So it was a basic course. And they told us, because we both had experience canoeing, that we needed to go together and practice our strokes. I mean, really, that's kind of how we got thrown together.
And then she dumped me in the lake. She tumped my canoe.
No.
I took off from the dock while she still had 1 foot on. 1 foot in the canoe, 1 foot on the dock. But she dumped me in the water first.
I did not. That's a lie.
It's not a lie. You used your paddle and you capsized my canoe.
I was supposed to swamp canoes.
No.
Yes.
Not at that point. Anyway.
So, but we've been friends for a long time, and we have one of those friendships that is kind of really oppositional in terms of who we are, right? Kay's a devout Christian. It's a very important part of your life. I am not. I mean, there's other things in our world, but her parents adopted me. I was their other daughter. They were my other parents. Although we did get double punished once. That was unfortunate. Now here's the thing. My mother told a story about stealing the family car and going for a joyride. And then her dad, Duel,
told the same story about sneaking out of the house and pushing the car down the street and going water skiing at midnight on the bayou with his friends.
And then running the car backwards, because at that point, if you ran your car backwards,
the odometer would,
you could flip the odometer back. So he flipped the odometer back so that when he got back, because his dad checked,
they wouldn't know.
So basically that same night, we decided we wanted to go see a boy Kay liked.
Who unfortunately lived right across the street from my house.
And we were at my house. So we go out of the bedroom window. We push the Volkswagen down the road and started up.
We drove around for a couple of hours. What you also have to understand is, and I don't know if they still do, but at that time, the city of Monroe had a curfew.
Yes, they do. I think they still do.
And if you were between the ages of 15 and 17, because you can get your driver's license at age 15.
I didn't have my driver's license yet. That's a big part of the story.
If you were between the ages of 15 and 17, you were not supposed to be on the road between midnight and 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when we did this.
But we went past the boy's house. He was a young man. He was older than we were. I think he was like just in college, but he played guitar.
He was cool. He drove a Mustang.
He was really cool. And he would come over.
He was a worship leader at his church.
And play. And you could give him a word and he'd make up a song for you. He's really cool. So we went 1, didn't see him. Went 2, didn't see him. Went 3, the lights on Kay's house are up.
All of the lights.
And her dad's car is gone.
Yeah. And I said, we're not going home.
She did.
I said, I have $20 in my pocket and a credit card for gas because my parents had given me a Shell card so that I could put gas in my car because I drove back and forth to work, to school every day. I said, we're not going home. I got $20 in a Shell card. We're going to go as far as we can get.
We were that close. We were going to Aunt Pooley's, I think.
I don't know where we were going. We were just not going home.
But we did go home. And, of course, we're greeted in the house like this.
Yeah.
Okay, get your things. You're going home.
My father holds out his hand, and he says, give me your keys. And I handed him my car keys, and he said, now give me your license. And I'd had it for 2 weeks. I mean, come on. Come on. Seriously, Dad?
Yeah. And I got told, we both got grounded from seeing each other, which was even worse, right? That was the worst part of it. We had bikes, but we couldn't go see each other.
Well, because at that time I lived on the south side of Monroe. You were not.
Oh, that's right. You live over on, not Elizabeth, but.
No, that's in West Monroe.
Yeah.
We lived over on the south side.
Yeah. And I got told that
she couldn't get her license.
I could just forget getting my license. I don't know if we cried or not. I think we were both upset.
No, I think we were
cried.
both. Yeah, I was pretty sure I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her dad could be very intimidating. But I guess it was like 4 or 5 days.
Oh no, it was like 2 weeks.
No. The grounding. But Mama called Duel and talked him out of it because she said, you know, Duel, we really kind of called that one on ourselves.
Yeah, because they were having to drive us back and forth to school, drive us back and forth to all of our activities. And at that time, we were in band and Girl Scouts, and we were in a sorority, and
we had a lot of activities.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and she said, you know, we told them the stories.
Yeah. Yeah. We brought it on ourselves.
So, and Duel agreed.
Yeah.
And then, okay. We'll stop after this because I mean, we're just reminiscing.
Rambling.
But when we both had cars, I had my mother's Delta 88 or something. Oh, there's a big boat of a car. I'm driving it. Kay's behind me in her Volkswagen. Or did I rear-end you?
You rear-ended me.
Yeah.
And I was driving my parents a brand new Monte Carlo.
That's what it was. And I was in the Bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were in the big car, I was in the little car.
Yeah.
And I I bumped into her. Really, I mean, I wasn't paying attention, okay? But we called the cops because I had just hit a neighbor's car at their place of business, seeing a boy I was interested in. Hi, James.
And my father had been a former police officer, and I had been drilled into my head, you have an accident, you call the police.
And I didn't call the police when or Mrs. Sales said, let's not call the police because I dented her fender on the wheel well. And we were neighbors. I mean, seriously, they lived right next door to us. So we didn't call the cops for that. So I told Mama, and Mama flipped a gasket. She said, you must always call the cops. I don't care what happens. You got to call. So, and then she says, really?
You called the cops on your best friend?
Consistency. Parenting is all about consistency. So, in today's Taroscopes, we're going to talk. I'm going to show you a deck that I'm fixing to.
Very Southern.
I know. Do a unboxing on. Maybe not today. It'll be in the week, but it's by Shaheen Miro. Shaheen Miro. It's the Lunar Nomad Oracle. Now, that's a funny name because when I opened it, I thought, this is a Lenormand deck with extra cards. It is. He started with a Lenormand deck, so Lunar Nomad, Lenormand. Get it? Get it? Get it?
Got it.
Okay, good. But this one goes way deep. It takes you and really submerges you. Mary Kay Greer says, use this deck to see through the veil between the words. Read this book to access the lyric creativity of the lunar self. Work with both to embrace the magical unknown. This is a Lenormand Plus deck for those who wish to wander off the secure path and into the wild. Gorgeous, right? And I was sent this from Red Wheel Weiser. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie and oh gosh, Bonnie, I forgot your cohort's name. But I will be doing that. Our Taroscopes this week are going to be with Secrets of the Mystic Grove and the Gaian Tarot. Because when I travel, I really don't generally bring a whole bunch of decks. So we'll be getting to that. And thanks for hanging out with Kay and I on a Sunday morning.
Bye.